Well, here I am. I am back. Were you really thinking I was going to leave you with that? Maybe wanting more? Maybe I should have. But I really did want to finish my thoughts about the promises of God. Of course, what we hear often at a funeral is Psalm 139. It's a beautiful psalm. I love to quote it from time to time. Lord, you have searched me out and known me. You know my sitting down and my rising up. You discern my thoughts from afar. You trace my journeys and are my resting places and are acquainted with all my ways. Indeed, there's not a word on my lips, but you, O Lord, know it altogether. You press upon me behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. And so when I think of that psalm, I think about God's promise is to always be with us. And it doesn't matter what we're experiencing in our life, if it's a success, if it's a celebration, if it's a sorrow, or if it's a disappointment or a failure. Our God promises to always be with us, and that's a very important promise for us to remember, because when God is with us, then God will be looking out for us. He'll be protecting us, giving us the strength we need to see us through whatever difficulty we might be experiencing. When God is with us, then that means, we're not in a silent dynamic, are we? We're in a communicative dynamic. If we know someone is with us, then we're having a conversation. If we know that God is with us, we're having a conversation. And that's I believe the promise of God, that He will hear that conversation, hear our prayers, answer our prayers. And what's the expression? God will provide. And I believe that God does provide for us in every situation of our life. And the way He provides, of course, is that it gives us that peace that passes all understanding. God will always love us. And the scripture also says that God is faithful even when we are not. So we don't have to depend on our own strength, our own selves. We depend on the strength of our God. And when this psalm continues, where can I ever go from your presence? Where can I flee from you, O God? If I climb up to heaven, you're there. If I make the grave my bed, you're there also. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the Georgian Bay, even there your hand will lead me, and your right hand will hold me fast. And if I say, surely the darkness will cover me, and the light around me turn to night, darkness is not dark to you, O Lord. Darkness and light to you are both alike. So the promise of God is that we will always live in the light. We'll always live in His presence. We'll always live in God's love, God's forgiveness, God's faithfulness. And if that's not a blessing too, then I don't know what is. Because when we live in that, when we have that strength and support, our self-image just grows and it's confident, and we can walk in God's way with some pretty good confidence. So continue to walk in God's way. Be confident that God's Spirit will always be with you, always love you, and at the last bring you to that place of peace. Maybe not on earth, but definitely in heaven. God bless you. See you when I get back. Bye-bye.